Hey, what's going on, y'all? As always, go to akachicomics.com. All that good stuff. I'm still getting over whatever the hell is it got me and a few people in my house. So if I'm talking a little bit lower, it's because of that. And my little woman back there, my youngest, she back there. So it is what it is. If she pop up, then I'm just like, it's over with. The other one is the oldest is at wrestling, so it is what it is right now. So, a few things I wanted to go over. But as always, Void Beast, all that good stuff, kachicomics.com. Go get your books and stuff. We're going to be doing some different stuff there, but it is what it is. So, it's a few things I wanted to get on today. And one is I'm seeing the first I'll start off with is the whole AI art thing. And I am seeing everybody talk about this from everywhere. Now, I'm not an artist, and I'm not about to try to act like I am one. I have worked with some of my favorite artists that I've seen on Instagram, social media, Facebook, everything. So I don't really have a I personally don't have a dog in the fight on this one. And I'm always me. This is me. This is me. You can explain it, you can break it down, whatever. This is me. I'm always going to go to regular artists for character designs, for pages. I'm always gonna go to my artists, whether they new artists, artists I've worked with before, old artists, whatever the case may be. I'm always going to go to them for art. That's just not my bag. I it's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. Me personally. Uh so I am on the artist side on this one, but it doesn't affect me. Like I said, it don't affect me. I don't know how to draw. I could go on the AI art because it's basically the same thing as programming, and I've done all that for robots and my industrial systems, all that stuff. Uh, I've done all of that, so it's not like I can't go in and be. It's no different than programming a Fanic robot. It ain't. It's no different. So I don't really see but it's not now. Now, with that said, now knowing what I know about with um true, you always gotta look out for them. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now I'm telling y'all, I'm on the side of artists. I done put that out. I'm always gonna go back to artists. I'm always gonna go that route. That's just me. That's just me. Now, with that said, this ain't me. This ain't me talking. This is what it is. They're gonna turn that shit into whole jobs. Like you have got to know that they're gonna turn all of this. They're gonna have what are they? It's gonna be like art engineer or art programmer, art describer, some weird name. So it's going to be like a what would they like description engineer? It's going to be something like that, right? And they are going to pay people to come up there and put all kind of words in to break it down and make art. They are. You have to know that that's coming. Do I agree with it? No, but this is what it is. This is what's going to happen. Yeah. Prompt engineer. There you go, Matty. Yeah, prompt engineer. They're gonna call it all of that. They're gonna do all of those things. And next thing you know, you're gonna have all these people talking about, I'm a prompt engineer because I can I can make this art and do all this stuff myself. So it's going to happen, and we're going to see more of it. It's going to get better, it's going to get better, and it's going to get better. And it's just going to be a thing where it's not going to make sense. But here's the thing. It's not like one of the things that I've seen, and this isn't a thing. This isn't anything about like artists need to stop complaining or nothing like that. I'm not saying none of that. Keep voicing your opinion about that because that's some more bullshit. Not necessarily. I wouldn't, for me. And again, I'm not an artist, so you can't don't. I could just be talking out the side of my neck. I'm still on the side of artists too, but it's the way people are going to use it, and it's not like some people might use it for covers, other stuff, but it's people out here this that's gonna go in there and be like, black dude dancing in the wind with birds flying by, and they're gonna be going out there charging people money for that. And I'm like, wow, that's going to be crazy. Like I couldn't imagine paying for that. I'm not paying for that. I'm just not when it got spit out by a damn computer. But here's the thing, it's happening to writers too. What, like, it's just not, well, actually it's the same, it's kind of the same thing. Like they can't do full on like pages yet with the AI with the art on the art side, but on they using AI for editors. They're using AI for writing, whether it's emails, whether it's social media posts, whether it's whole blog posts, they have a bunch of writing AIs too. And so this mess about to hit everybody. It's like nobody is immune to it. And again, I'm not telling artists to not voice their opinion. I'm not saying that. Me, again, it's the way people use it in the smugness of certain people. That's me. I need y'all to understand that when I talk about these things, whether it's Marvel, whether it's all of this stuff, I'm never actually talking about like I don't go in on things just because it's like it's Marvel or it's DC or whatever the case may be. I talk about society and how people use it. Watch, I'm gonna get on that on She-Hulk. I can look at the product and be like, okay, it's this, is that. But then when people come with it, they start my man. I'm glad you got it. Hopefully everything came in one piece and stuff. I'm always worried about that. That never, oh my God, I never get off of that. So I'm always worried about that. But thank you for supporting, Frank. I appreciate it wholeheartedly. But it's always how people use anything, or how people take it and pervert it and mess it up and project whatever they got on their mind onto things. And that's how it, like, people are talking crazy, like the artists that been doing this their whole life. Somehow you are on the same level as them because you can type up some words. And my daughter can do that. My 9-year-old can do it. My autistic son can do it. I'm pretty sure my 9-month-old can type in some words and do it too. It's like, respect the people that didn't put the time in. Respect the people that been putting in that got carpal tunnel, messed up their hands, set hours, messed up their back. I like, but respect these folks. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just me. Now you do what you gonna do, and you whatever you take and get the repercussions for that. But it's not like this thing ain't coming. I remember it's not like it's not coming to everybody. It's not going to affect everybody. And I remember I made a post about people. It was about, I said something to the effect of people arguing and complaining about who puts the carts back, because it was a post about morality and putting carts back to a certain spot. I'm like, you guys are arguing the morality of that, and sooner or later it's going to be robots to come replace the person getting the carts, and they ain't going to have a job no more. So why don't you just figure out how this person can keep their job? And people, well, that's not for the beat. Listen, I understand, and I'm good. I'm gonna support you and stuff, but I've seen it. I can take a whole little robot and a couple of buttons and shit and a conveyor and replace 10 people to where it's one person doing the job. I would literally go into factories, replace whole lines, program whole lines and stuff like that, or help out with whole lines being automated, and it will replace 10 to 20 people down to like 2. I'm seeing this no matter what state it is: North Carolina, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Mexico, Tennessee, California. It didn't matter where I went. As far as this is my mechatronics engineering background. It is like it doesn't matter where you go. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, it's the smugness of people. Because then it's like we build this, right? I built this line, and then you got 10 people and they doing their thing. Then you got this one person that got the whole robot doing the job for them, and then they talking about how much faster they are than the people that's in a assembly line with a bunch of other people. This person is talking about, oh, how ain't y'all got these parts out faster? Like, motherfucker, you got a robot work for you. All you gotta do is put the pieces in, and the robot gonna take the rest of it and do all this other stuff, and the machine gonna spit it out at one end, and you gotta go get it. But you talking about the people that's doing all the work by hand. That don't make no sense. It's the smugness of these motherfuckers. That's what's getting me. It's like that's some trifling bullshit that you got the nerve to talk and act like you are in the same lane as these people that have been doing it for years and have been doing it by hand. And even digitally when it came to certain stuff, you're not. Just say that you like that better and keep it rocking. Don't talk crazy to folks. Don't talk down to folks. So that's always my thing. So I mean, in the end, maybe I didn't say much, but I will be clear again. My main point for talking about it was like, I support my artist people. I do. I'd rather work with another human being, be able to talk to them. We make something and we put it out there in the world. That's what I would rather do. Now, there ain't no stopping it. It ain't no stopping it. That's the thing. It ain't no stopping this whole AI art mess. There's no stopping it. It's going to affect all of us. And we're going to see more of it. And like my man Manny was saying, it's going to be jobs called prompt engineers and all sorts of goofy mess and stuff. It's just, there's no getting away from it. There's no way we're going to get away from it. So I respect the artist. However you take it is how you take it. Either way, but I think I'm still going to work with and support real artists. But it's also, what I would say is this though. Another thing, artists, don't take it too personal right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because WAI is right. I was just talking about that, Ro. They have like Jasper AI, and it's another one. They already do like emails and other stuff in like overviews. You can put in overviews. You can have them edit your work. All that stuff is already going on. And it's the same thing that's coming to writing. It's just like the art. They can't do full pages with the like a full page of intricate intricate art and everything. That little woman gonna wake up and start making all kind of noise. It don't get too intricate with the pages and action and stuff like that, but it's the same thing on the writing side. On the writing side, they can't make full on, at least not none of the apps that I've seen and been playing around with. They can't make full on like stories yet. So yeah. But dang, I forgot where I was going with that. I forgot where I was going when I jumped back into that. But it's not. Don't get too frustrated or anything. Because to be honest, if anything is going to happen, and I could be wrong, I could be fully wrong. It's going to make it to where if they have a problem with paying $500 now for regular hand drawn art, that mess gonna go up. It's gonna go up once this starts kicking off. Once this AI art start kicking off more, like hand drawn art, oh, it's gonna be a beast again. Shit's gonna turn into classic art, and it's gonna be a beast. It's the price that artists is gonna be able to charge for that is gonna be amazing, because then it's gonna be what people ain't gonna really want. No AI. It's like, well, I want hand drawn. Take the time, blah 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 blah. That's what it's going to turn into. And all of you artists, don't get too bent out of shit, because y'all ain't going nowhere like that. It's just going to be that all this stuff is quicker, all this stuff is faster. But y'all's work, man, it's going to be cherished. It's going to be priceless after a while. And like I said, maybe I'm just talking. Maybe Maybe it's just a random black dude on the internet talking. But that's what it's going to come to. It's going to come to that, especially for people with money. Man, they're going to be like, you guys can have all that AI stuff. I got this hand-drawn piece of art by so-and-so in my house or whatever the case may be. Watch. And I still got some artists I'm going to come to too. I want some stuff I got to hang up in my house. Not no this for everybody. It's a couple of y'all artists. I'm going to come creeping up to y'all. Can you do this so I can hang up in my house? Little girl, come on. Come on, mama. Come on. I turned around and I was like, wait a minute. She ain't in the same spot. You okay? You okay? Your teeth still bothering you? She mad. Her teeth are coming in. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Don't let the crazy talk get you and make you think you're gonna lose out and all this other stuff and everything. No, it's gonna change in a while. And all of them folks, my baby girl just woke up. Baby, it's okay. And all that stuff is just gonna be, it's just gonna be what it is. You wanna go with your mama? Hey, Jasmine. Jibo is up. And she ain't happy.
Yeah. I think this one might be done.
She ain't gonna be done just yet. But yeah, so I wouldn't worry about none of that. It's just gonna drive y'all prices up and y'all gonna be able to do more as far as getting paid. Like I said, I could be wrong, so I'm not gonna stay on to that too much. But what I am going to move on to is I finally finished She-Hulk. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all ain't shit. I swear for God, both ends of the spectrum, this whole we don't like Marvel stuff and the MCU mess and the people that were for it, y'all are full of shit. Like, man. And I'm gonna say this. Javon, Danny, and Morgan. One of y'all's watching. Javon, you probably watching. Y'all full of shit. Y'all brought me on that show and tried to down talk me about that mess with that movie and that show. And I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. Let me. How am I gonna put this? I watched the show, and first off, the show was meh. It was meh. I didn't have a problem with how she dealt with the men because that was her life, and them dudes were goofy as fuck. That wasn't a problem. Them dudes were fucking cornballs. All them like if that's part of the story, it's part of the story. I'm not about to all the men look. I ain't give a fuck because all the men weren't stupid, but a lot of them were fucking idiots. And the thing about it is, a lot of them are like a lot of them do like the dudes that she was dealing with are. But let me tell you something. The reason why I have an issue with it is because Jen was an idiot. Like just because she was a lawyer didn't take away from she was an idiot because you keep dealing with these type of people. This wasn't a thing where she was like, she's dealing with these people and they magically pop up to her. She's been dealing with these idiots for the longest. She was with the one dude, who was it? The lawyer dude, and then that other goofy motherfucker. It's like you just keep popping up around these people, and why are you even going on dates with some of these people? You ever been on a dating app and you just look at it and you know, I don't need to be with this person. I don't need to hang out with this person. This person does not fit anything that I'm doing. And then you go with this person and then you shamed about it? Motherfucker, you knew this person wasn't the. But I know. They just magically just change up. They just magically change up to where they presented themselves one way. So my main thing, and the reason why I say folks ain't shit about this is because nobody talked about like all the posts from both sides for the yays and the nays on this, the yes and the no's on She-Hulk, I didn't see not one person talk about the Mr. Immortal situation. I thought that was cool. Not necessarily what he was doing, but I thought that break from everything, I thought that was cool, and that was interesting to me. Nobody talked about that. This motherfucker is literally fake killing himself, and he's just hopping up, going away, and got all these wives and a husband and stuff, which I'm never bothered by that. Like, I'm never bothered by an immortal person dealing with it. It's like, okay, you just gonna do that? I mean, this is some everything. So you done seen some everything, so it don't really matter what you do. But I thought that part was interesting. Nobody talked about that, right? The interactions between her and the guy that was doing the costumes. Nobody talked about that. Like, nobody talked about that. The whole thing with the goofy ass leapfrog dude is like, nobody talked about that. Oh, then the thing that I liked was when I still say first off, what I liked was her fighting the demons with Wong. I liked that part. I thought that was cool. Nobody talked about that. I'm like, so I'm looking at, and then I'm also saying Wong and the magic users in the MCU. I said this before in the video, and watching Wong in this kind of solidified for me that them magic users in the Marvel universe ain't shit. They some trifling motherfuckers. They are trifling. They just do shit, and it's like, like, I can use magic. Whatever the fuck they talking about don't matter. It's like they use magic, get away from stuff, and then just going about their way. They don't say. And then Wong did it again at the end. He got Abomination out again. They put him on trial. He's like, I'm so spree. I'm leaving. Go kick it with the. And then Wong was kicking it with the goofy girl. And I thought that was funny too. I thought that was cool. I was like, I'm not hearing nobody talk about. All I hear is y'all going back and forth about this show. Like, I didn't like it because the MCU is that. Just because you don't like it, you ask your duty. Like, no side is actually talking about why they like it or why they or the parts. Well, actually, the side that was talking about why they liked it, they didn't really say why they liked it other than the Meg Thee Stallion thing. Everybody on the other side was kind of just like, just complaining about everything. But I like the Daredevil thing. I like the little situation she had going on with Daredevil. I like that too. Like, all of that was cool to me. So I'm looking at my phone because my oldest, like I said, she out wrestling and stuff. So I thought that was cool, but I didn't hear nobody really talk. They talked kind of about like Daredevil a little bit, but I'm like, man, that it was just mainly he there. Like it. Like that was it. It wasn't nothing else. It was just you ashy and dirty, and you don't like women, and then you guys are dumb. Nobody's breaking down why they like the show. Nobody. And I'm gonna tell you. Here's why I said when Javon, y'all and all of y'all brought me on that show, y'all full of shit. Y'all, and I would tell you, Danny, Javon, y'all full of shit. Because y'all tried to argue me down when I told y'all about what, and at the end. So Jen is going through this bullshit with a bunch of social media trolls. And she's going through goofy shit with social media trolls, right? The whole guys that got her information and they put it up on a billboard of her like female lawyer of the year stuff, which was a whole fucking joke. How you gonna get female lawyer of the year and you gave all of them an award? That was some trifling shit. Like, it should have been female lawyers of the year, like something, or women of the year. It said what? Goofy shit. So they steal her information, all this stuff, put it up on the Summer Jam screen, is like us rappers know how to use. Us rap fans would call it, because I ain't a rapper. I messed that up. So they put that up and talk about, and it's like she ain't deserving her power. She ain't just that, and she's a slut. It's like, what? Like what? And she's a slut. Like that, dude. How? Like first off, I want to deal with that part. Nothing that she did made her like anything that they showed in her phone, like Captain America's butt, all this other stuff. That don't make you. She had sex like with that they knew of, because Daredevil didn't exist until after that. If I'm correct, yeah, he didn't exist until after that, I guess. And so they do whatever, and it's like you get the stuff with the Josh guy, and she had sex with 2 dudes that we know of, right? And I'm like, so like this is what y'all got. And so she hulks up and tears shit up and then jumps on one guy. Now, here's why I said y'all was full of shit when y'all brought me on y'all show and we talked about this. You're full of shit. And the reason why you're full of shit is because she got mad over some goofy shit. She sat there and told Bruce, I can deal with my anger better than you. At the end of the show, at the end of the season, she hulks up because some goofy internet trolls provoked her, and she tears up shit and puts everybody in danger, hops out, grabs on one of them, and she only stopped because the people ran up on her. The first person she asks for, she says, oh, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Did y'all get a hold of Bruce? Why? You got this, right? Like you could deal with your anger better. Then they go tell her, oh, you a raging Hulk. You don't know how this is about you being mad. But y'all argued me down. Argued me down. She not saying that. I said this. I said the issue is that you wouldn't go up to a soldier or a fighter and you just started and you gonna tell them that you better than them at what they're doing. No matter what you've dealt with before, you have not dealt with it in this scenario. You have no right to say it. And the women need to deal with the things that they gotta deal with like a woman. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And then when she really gets barked on by some internet trolls, like little trolls, like the people we deal with every day, the goofy motherfuckers we deal with every day, the goofy motherfuckers that black folks got to deal with every day, getting called all kind of names and talked about and told that we don't need to be talking about whatever, or if we just follow, like if you just followed the rules and you just did what the cops said, we got to deal with this shit every day. She dealt with that, and they put it up on her, and she lost her damn mind. Now, I'm not saying you just supposed to stand there and take it. I'm not saying that. But you barked down on your cousin that was trying to help you, and you said, I'm better dealing with my anger than you are. You didn't even deal with none of the stuff that he's dealt with. And that's where I was coming from. I'm not saying you don't have the right to say, okay, I'm a little different, so I would affect, but to say that I'm better at dealing with my anger than you are, when what he's talking about is, yo, this is the things that's going to happen because you have this coming at you. No, was he right to keep somebody and say you got to be a superhero? No, he wasn't right for that. No, she ain't got to be no damn superhero. I agree with her on that. You ain't got to be no superhero if you don't want to. Get the fuck out of here. But what he's saying is like, yo, since you have these powers, these type of people in these type of situations are going to pop up on you. And you're going to have to deal with that. I ain't got to deal with that. I can deal with getting catcalled. I can deal with murder, and everything is fine. I can deal with my attitude and my anger better than you. Internet trolls message you. You get mad, tearing shit up, and almost endangering everybody else over internet trolls. But you just told your cousin that you can deal with your anger so much better than he can. He's telling you, yo, it's going to be worse stuff than internet trolls. Can you imagine if something else happened? You're going to lose your daggone mind if that's the case. If that's the case, you're going to lose your mind. So, y'all full of shit. Gonna try to argue me down. And then I finish it and watch the whole show. And she, oh my God, I bet you this. Ooh, I tore up this place and I yanked up and I gaffled up this little nerdy dude. The only reason I stopped was because the police dudes with special guns came and stopped it. But you know, I'm better at dealing with my anger. And I got grown men trying to tell me that what I said was wrong. Get the hell out of here. No, she was not better. And her whole speech was bullshit because when it was her turn to deal with it, she acted a fucking fool. She acted a fool, and nobody even did that. Didn't nobody stab her, shoot her, nothing. Wasn't no planetary threat coming after her, nothing. There's just some internet trolls bothering you. And what they said was bullshit. And she doesn't deserve this, that, and she's a slut. Like, that was bullshit. Everything they did was bullshit. Everything they did was complete and utter bullshit. But you were so much better. And it's motherfucker. That's why I say y'all full of shit. Because nobody talked about that. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about that at the end at all. I didn't see nobody talk one thing. And then the end of the show, God damn, what the fuck was going on with that? Like, I understand. I know that she broke fourth wall. I was one of the first people that put it up on. I had me and Denny Upkins were one of the first people that were posting about that she was the one that did it. This was years ago. And people were like, no, she wasn't Daredevil. I was like, no, She-Hulk was the first one to do this. Well, I was like, okay. All right. Because again, I was waiting for the show. But I'm just like, this ending, this trash. Like both endings was trash. Both of them was trash. Like so it was things that I like, it was things that, and the whole her dating people, all that didn't bother me. That's part of her life. That's what She-Hulk do. That I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. Daredevil will be in there was cool, but it was like the overall, I'm like, this what y'all was arguing and going back and forth about, calling each other names and stuff about. Y'all some wild motherfuckers. I swear. Like in the Titania thing, I was like, what the then like so at the end. So at the end, all the stuff comes in. Bruce and everybody come in. The dude's supposed to be having her blood. She changes it. She's like, let me go talk to Kevin. Guess they play it on Kevin Feige or whatever. And it's a robot and she changes it, right? So I'm like, okay, you change it and you take all that stuff out. But then she goes back. Blonsky gets arrested. Goofy dude gets arrested. Daredevil pops out of nowhere because she said she wanted him there. But why was Titania still there? Because she was videotaping, she was recording Daredevil, saying, hey, Daredevil. But it's like, what was she there for? Like, what was she there for? And I'm just like, huh? So I can't, y'all. I can't call it. So again, I'm just like, y'all was playing with me. And that, so again, my main thing is just, I'm getting, like, folks is talking to me like I don't see what's going on. Like, I don't see that she full of shit from her first speech in the first episode. You talking about how you don't need your cousin, you don't need what he talking about. On the last episode, did you talk to Bruce? Like, you just told him you didn't need nothing he was talking about. You didn't need none of that. So, but nobody brought that up. Nobody brought that up from watching the show. Nobody talked about that. Again, I like the clothes guy. I liked her buddies. I agreed that most of them dudes were stupid. And the dude that did all that, like, you got to be the corniest motherfucker. What's the matter with you? Like you put, I don't even understand y'all that get on people's posts even on the smallest scale, like little nobody like me, I don't even understand you motherfuckers that get on my post just to disagree. You don't agree with nothing. You don't do not. You don't come to joke nothing. You just get on to disagree, and I don't understand that. So I can only imagine the shit that she was going through. That was bullshit. That was bullshit she had to go through. As the dating thing, that ain't shit. That's whatever. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. And I still say Jennifer was goofy as hell too. So yeah, that was whatever. And then the Daredevil thing, I'm like, I was thinking, I'm like, Matt, what are you doing sitting at this table? Like you know good and well, you ain't gonna be doing nothing with this girl too much longer. They gonna try to make Daredevil. They gonna have Daredevil sitting at the table with the family and stuff. Man, if y'all don't get out of here, like we don't know who Daredevil is. Daredevil is a whole hoe. Like if we talking about hoes, Daredevil was a hoe. I mean, but I guess that's why him and She-Hulk got together because it's some hoes. Daredevil, She-Hulk, Natasha. What's the red one? Elektra. The list just goes on and on. This man, Daredevil have been some everywhere, just all over the place. So he a whole. That's why they together. So again, I'm just like, there was so many things that I felt like that people on both sides didn't talk about. And that was just the things that stood out to me. Nobody talked about the relationship between Wong and the girl that got portaled to the little demon realm. Like that was something that was cool there. You know what I'm saying? Them going to help her get her clothes and stuff. Nobody didn't talk about these ins and outs for why they actually liked it. I didn't hear a bunch of people talk about this. And it's just like folks are just talking about it just to bark at other people. People, like I said, it was just a thing that they used to argue and fuss and fight with other people. That was it. And that's kind of like even when I talked about like, so I don't want to keep. It is what it is. But I will say that I actually like if I had to say, Miss Marvel's still my favorite. But if I had to talk about which one I probably liked, Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel was my favorite one. That's just it is what it is. Moon Knight was doo-doo to me. I was like, Moon Knight, yuck. Like I don't even really talk about Moon Knight much. I just like, no. I'd watch She-Hulk again before I go back over Moon Knight. Yuck. Like on Moon Knight, like the thing on Moon Knight was like, how did he go from what was it? Was it not Mark? His other one, the little scary one, the little bitch made dude. That which one? She-Hulk? Feel like it was rushed? Mike? If so, I do agree with that. I do agree that it felt like it was rushed. Which it was. It was only like 30 minutes. Other ones had like hour episodes, I believe. I could be wrong. Oh, yeah. It did feel like it was rushed. The little 30-minute episodes, like, come on, really? Like, how does that work? But I think they could have built more on the whole crime side of things. I think it would have been better with more time too. And I would have liked it more if they focused on having because I thought it was dumb that she was like, this isn't the type of show that will have random different cameos in it. It's like, no, yes, you are. You are a crime show dealing with superheroes and stuff. You're gonna have a bunch of different cameos in it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I felt like that was needed. I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see her dealing with them. What I wanted to see more from her was her dealing with the leapfrog dude, and then dealing with and then going on the dates and how the She-Hulk stuff interrupted that. Like I like that. I like that aspect of it. I like that she was going on a date. She found a dude that liked She-Hulk. Then she had to go fight the demons. Then she had to come back. And so I was like, okay, that was cool. I like that. And then I even like her doing with the guy that was making the clothes for her. So I'm like, no, I'm just it's just I'm like, people are so full of fucking shit. Cause I'm like, there was nobody breaking down these things, me looking at everybody talk about it. There was nobody talking about that. Nobody. We can go through all the posts. It was just you this, you that, you this and that. So I y'all something else. Y'all something else. I swear. I bet most of the people that say they even liked it didn't even watch it. Like most of the people, I liked it. You didn't watch it. And the people that didn't like it didn't watch it. Because there were so many things that you could break down. And the biggest thing for me is like the first episode and the last. Like, if I was going to complain about something, I could complain about that. That you went from saying, I don't need none of this. I can deal with my anger better than you. People, yeah, she just said this and that. But then you get to the last episode after she dealt with some internet trolls and she mad. So I'm like, eh. I think that like it wasn't just the time to me either. It was the way that they did certain things and they downplayed certain that's the way they downplayed certain villains and stuff too. Like the Wrecking Crew, that was some of the dumbest, goofiest shit. I'm like, that was a whole episode that y'all could have turned into something. Y'all could have turned that into something to where they were actually what the Wrecking Crew was. But y'all turned them into some like four goofballs that, and the Wrecking Crew are goofy. They're goofy, but not like that. Not like that. I'm like, this, what? Come on, man. Really? Like y'all could have they could have did more with that. And so and then they could have gave her something to be madder about. Like that made more sense to be mad about. Like they trivialized her by trying to keep her away to me. They trivialized She-Hulk by giving her something, like by making her deal with, like, her main thing was dealing with herself. Like any Hulk, they got to deal with themselves and they got to deal with how they feel about using their powers, how these different alter egos affect them personally. Like that's like one of the main things in the Hulk. That's one of the main stories in the Hulk, just dealing with these different personalities inside themselves, right? So we know that. But then the main thing, and I could be wrong, please correct me, is that internet trolls. Like internet trolls, that's what we're going with? Internet trolls. That's her main thing, internet trolls. Like, come on. Like that, you couldn't have made it be the Wrecking Crew, like, and draw that out. Like you internet trolls. Is that's what we doing? So I'm like, come on, man, come on. She-Hulk is better than that. But like, no, She-Hulk is way better than that. I know daggone internet trolls. Come on, man. Come on, man. So it is what it is. I think they could have gave her a better villain or something, to give her something where she could really stand on her own with that. Because none of them, I'm like, none of the other people, everybody had something that made more sense. And even with Titania, just like they could have drew that out and had them go at it for the host. Because I was like, okay, I can understand what was going on with that. But they didn't do anything with that either. Just like, okay, she got sued and she just kind of hung out in the background. Titania hung out in the background and she got her teeth jacked up and she disappeared after that. Because that was after she had won the case, right? Something like that. And so I'm just like, and then after watching it, I was like, the whole Meg Thee Stallion thing, that was the smallest thing to be talked about. And somehow it got blown up to where everybody was talking about that. I'm just watching like this. That was one part, and it was like, okay, that's it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jesus. But no, I'm wrong, and I'm supposed to like this shit. I'm like, man, that show was man. It was like, like I said, for me personally, I'd watch that again before I watch Moon Knight. Oh God. Or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'd probably watch She-Hulk again before I watch Loki. The only thing I liked on Loki was the interaction between Loki and Mobius and the last episode and a half of Loki. Everything else I was just kind of like, yeah. Yeah, my two favorites are Miss Marvel and What If don't count, but Miss Marvel and believe it or not, Miss Marvel and WandaVision. Believe it or not, all the shit I talk about Wanda, if I'm picking it'd be Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel would be my number one out of these shows, and then WandaVision, and then Loki. But that's only because of the last 2 episodes. Hawkeye, I still ain't finished that. I gotta go and finish that. It just Hawkeye, like I said, Hawkeye was cool. I liked everything about how they showed how he had to deal with everything. Because him not being able to hear, him being tired, just wanted to go home with his kids, that was cool. But it was just like, nah. So that's what I got from it. There were so many, when I finished it today, and there were so many things that I felt like people just didn't talk about, didn't bring up. They talked about the first episode, but nobody talked about the ending, about how she was asking for Bruce and how she just let her rage just knock shit over and could have hurt a bunch of people that had nothing to do with nothing. And a bunch of people that nobody touched her, nobody did anything. Nobody was nobody was in any kind of danger from what she was doing. It was a bunch of internet trolls. Well, see, and then, no, nobody was in no kind of danger. Because I was going to say, well, they took her blood, but then she went and said, hey, they took my blood. That don't make sense. But did they say that? So did they take her blood? Did that not happen? Did he take her blood, but he didn't use it? Like what happened? What happened with that? So I don't know. But it was like I didn't hear people talk about. And again, Marvel made it. Yeah, they did have that. They did, but that's whatever. Like that's not that has like they got a video of you banging Josh guy. It's like, okay, so what? So what? And it wasn't you wasn't your butt ass naked. Wasn't your butt naked? And I understand. Yeah, I know that pissed her off, but still, that's what Bruce was telling her. That's what Bruce was telling her. Bruce was like, yo, she's telling him, I can deal with my anger, and I ain't gotta worry about this. Like, no, Bruce is telling you, hey, this is gonna happen, this is how things are, this is what, and that's what pissed you off. That's what pissed you off to where you just was gonna just wreck people and hurt other people. You was gonna tear this place up to where the lawyer women that you were with, all of that, all these women, and you was gonna hurt all of them and mess them up. Even the black chick, like, hey, don't do that. You about to tear it up and hurt everybody else and stuff because they put up a video of your cheeks. You can deal with your anger so well. Get the fuck out of here. No. They could have did her so much more justice to where it could have been a better situation for her to deal with. Not no damn internet trolls and them hacking her to her phone like, hey, this is what it is. Like, come on, man. Come on. They could at least have one of them try to hurt one of her family members or something, or directly like, nah. And I understand that's some bullshit. That is some straight bullshit. And I don't agree with that at all. I don't even like I'm gonna take these videos. I got videos on my ex and I'm gonna put them online. Get the fuck out of here. That's some hoe shit. You don't do no shit like that to nobody. Not to a man or a woman. You throw that shit away. You don't put it on. I'm gonna put that online. But also, you got a whole superhero that you're gonna waste. You're gonna waste CGI and stuff on that. Like, come on, man. They could at least been doing something to other women or something. Like make it to where it's like, oh, okay. But that was like, this was a waste. This was a whole damn waste. Then you ain't gotta like it. But my thing is still like since, and I'm answering what you were talking about, Mike. But like the thing is, like, you talked to Bruce, like you barked at him about being so much better at controlling your anger and stuff, and how you can just deal with it. And you got to deal. You said that all this stuff you got to deal with. You deal with it all the time. But then at the end, you don't deal with it, and the first person you calling is, "Hey man, y'all talk to Bruce." Whatever. So that's where I was coming from with that. Was it was meh. It was meh. Not because, and I'm glad that I took the time to watch it when nobody was talking about it. I am so glad, because it was a bunch of noise while the show was out. It was a bunch of, and I'm gonna start doing that more and more with some of these like TV shows and stuff. The movies I want to see in the movie theater. Like I don't have a problem with the stuff with Black Panther and everything, because I it's whatever. I liked it. I like Black Panther. Now there's issues that it's always fuck Wakanda. It's always fuck Wakanda. But I liked the movie, so it wasn't a okay. It wasn't an issue with there were issues that I saw, but overall I liked it. Overall, I liked the movie. It wasn't I think it was still one of the best in this phase 4. I still think Black Panther was one of the best in. I think She-Hulk's one of the motherfucking worst, along with Moon Knight. so even though I'd watch it again, but even though I'd watch She-Hulk again before I watch Moon Knight, I'm gonna keep saying that. Moon Knight, ugh, God. Ugh. I knew I wasn't gonna like Moon Knight though. Like Moon Knight, ugh, I don't even like his books. George Lopez, I still blame you for making me buy those Moon Knight trade paperbacks. And I just read through them things like, this is trash. I hate this guy. Oh, I watched the show and I was like, maybe I feel different, because Captain Marvel, I loved me some Captain Marvel in the books. But then when I watched the movie, I was like, she trash. But then I figured, okay, I don't like Moon Knight. I didn't like his books. So maybe if I watch the show, it'll be the opposite of Captain Marvel. And all it did was make me like him less. I was like, oh, God, trash. But it is what it is. That's not what we're talking about. Again, social media is full of shit. That's all I got. Y'all was arguing and fussing and fighting, but not talking about nothing about the show. Just calling each other names and talking about you don't like women, you this and that. Nobody was talking about the show. Nobody talked about anything with the show. And there were the Mr. Immortal, the Leapfrog, the Daredevil situation, Wong, her fighting the demons with Wong being a whole asshole with just acting like because he's Sorcerer Supreme, he ain't got to answer the shit. Blonsky having his whole little thing and him doing his little personal speaking events and shit. Like, y'all didn't talk about nothing. Y'all just argue with each other about you hate women and you just going and the MCU was fucking up. They didn't talk about nothing. I talk my shit, but I talk about what I like and what I don't like. Like I'm always going to have my points about where I'm coming from. It's not just, hey, it's this and that. The only one it might be Moon Knight. Come think of it. Moon Knight would be the one, like with She-Hulk and stuff, I got my ins and outs. Like Black Panther and stuff, Thor, I had my Moon Knight. I just don't like that motherfucker. Like I just don't like this guy. Like as a character. Like I like his outfit, stuff like that. No, that's cool. But everything else, I'm like, nah, Moon Knight, yeah. So actually, Moon Knight would be the only one that I don't really have. Like even with Wanda, I talk shit about Wanda and everything and stuff because it's funny to me. It's funny, and I'm not gonna stop it. And I have my reasons. Moon Knight, I'm just like, that's why y'all don't hear me. I keep telling y'all don't hear me talk about stuff that I really don't like, that I really just do not like. I don't talk about it. I don't get on here and talk too much about Moon Knight. It'll be some here and there stuff. I haven't even really went in and out on the show yet. I haven't even went in on the show like, oh, is this that? I don't like it. Don't like the character. I've read his books, didn't like him. Watch the show, don't like him. I don't like Moon Knight. And no, I'm not going to go and review the show and talk about why I just don't like the guy. I don't like Moon Knight. I don't like him. He asked me. I don't like the character. His powers is trash. He trash. All his identities is trash. He suck. Like Black Bolt. They suck. Like the Inhumans. They suck. Like the Celestials. No, not the Celestials. The Eternals. Not the Celestials. I like them. The Eternals. They suck. Trash. That's all I got, y'all. It's just gonna devolve into me talking bullshit. So I'm gonna let y'all go. And as always, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me and everything. Go to the website, get Void Beast 123, and I'm glad the books is getting to y'all. Frank, I'm glad that it got to you and stuff, player. I appreciate you even supporting. It means a lot to me. Extraordinary Messiah 1 and 2. We're working on a few things. I'm working on a few things actually. So again, the things I'm working on, hopefully I can get them together and I can help some other authors and people trying to do their thing and stuff, and comic writers and everything. Because one of the things that, side note stuff before I hop off here, one of the things that I see in like the comic community, outside of a handful, I'm talking about people that I can count almost on one hand. When we talk about creators, whether you draw, write, or whatever, when we talk about getting stuff done and you see people make succeeding on Kickstarters and stuff like that, nobody really tells you, and I'm gonna keep saying it, I'm gonna keep telling y'all, nobody tells you that the main thing, and I could be, and if I'm wrong for them, but I know it's right for me. The main thing that you need to work on is build, and when they say building your audience, I ain't talking about no social media shit. I'm talking about getting a mailing list and getting these people to come to you so that you can give them what they're looking for. The Eternal, but getting those people to come to you, you need that backup, because the mailing list is the list that that's always going to get you through the bullshit. All these Kickstarters, especially from these other indie creators that you see what's going on, a lot of them is from mailing lists. And I could be wrong. It could just all be from social. And no matter if they built this mailing list from going to cons, that's one way. Whether it's from social media, that's another way. Whether it's doing a few other things. And that's one of the things I really want to start helping folks with. Because I'm looking at it like, yo, that's what's helped me. And I got to start I would like to start helping people more with the ins and outs on that. So that's one thing that I got in the works that I got to prove to myself that I'm working on, building my new mailing list. Because I got a bunch of people on my mailing list, but I always have to get new people. One of the things I've been slack on is getting new people on my mailing list. So I'm working a few things to see how I'm going to do that. And another thing, but hopefully I'm still working out the kinks on that. So I ain't going to say much on that until whatever. So it is what it is. And Javon and Daddy and everybody and Morgan, I still love y'all. Y'all full of shit when y'all try to play me with that show though. Y'all full of shit. I love y'all though. God, y'all got to know I just be talking shit. This stuff is all fun to me. None of this means that I hate nobody, and I just be talking shit. Just be playing with y'all. If y'all that dang sensitive, anyway. But yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. And then I didn't even talk about. Oh man, I was gonna talk about keeping your mind grapes together. I'm about to do another one this week. I've been trying to do like one this week, at least do one. I'm about to do another one, maybe tomorrow or something. I'm gonna talk about that, about not being stressed out by some of this stuff and everything. So yeah, it is what it is. And I'm gonna get off of here and go to the website, go get the books, do all that stuff and everything, and I will holler at y'all later.
Peace.